Now we are going to start with the second event of today's regulation. Now we have an arrangement for you for fulbright fellowship. For UG, PG, and postdoc PhD abroad in US, especially. For that purpose, we are having one resource person who is going to deliver a lecture on US fulbright fellowship. Mr. Ryan Pereira, who is Dr. Ryan Pereira, JJ Regional Officer and Education Section. There is fulbright commission in India. So I request Ryan Pereira to give amount of different types of fellowships and US for Indian students. Dr. Pereira.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Pathan, for inviting me to do this presentation. I won't take more than 10 minutes. The reason I should tell you all why I want to do this presentation is because last month I visited and I met with Professor and the principal of the Maulana Azad College, and I saw all this good work that is being done in the Marathawada area. And we wanted to make sure that you all, the researchers, are aware that these fellowships are available to help you all enhance your capabilities. As the previous speaker said, we need to have these international collaborations. One way to get these international collaborations is by applying for the Nehru Fellowship, going to the US for advanced training, and then coming back and helping India develop. I'm going to talk to you all about. So the organization works for the United States India Educational Foundation was founded 73 years ago by the US governments. And we administer the Fulbright fellowships for, can you all hear me? So we administer the Fulbright fellowships for Indian citizens who go to the US, get advanced training, and then come back here. We also are Education USA, which is the US government agency to guide students who want to pursue higher studies in the US. So the Fulbright Fellowships was started by a US Senator, J.W. Fulbright, in 1946. And since that time, over 4 lakh fellowships have been given. And India is one of the very large Fulbright programs. We have given over 21,000 fellowships since we started. Okay? And the idea behind the Fulbright fellowships is to have mutual understanding between the people of the United States and the people of India. So these are the fellowships we have. We have the Fulbright Nehru Masters, doctoral, academic and professional, and the International Education Administrative Seminar. And they have some others with a gold background, which are the Hubert Humphreys, the Foreign Language Teaching Assistant Program, and a couple of fellowships for teachers. The ones with the blue background are funded jointly by the Indian and the US government, while the ones with the gold background are funded by the US government only. So what are we looking for? We're looking for people, Indian citizens, who have a high level of academic and professional achievement. They should have some ability to speak in English, because when you go to the US, you need to be able to communicate to the people in the lab about what your research is. If you're employed, the application needs to come through proper channels. And since this is meant for Indian citizens, you should not be holding a green card or other citizenship. And the preference will be given to people who have no prior US experience. A little bit about the awards. This one is on the master's fellowship. Here we have which might be of interest to some chemists in the room. The deadline to apply for this is May 17th, 2020. And if you funding is for $80,000 over 2 years. So you can almost get a full master's fellowship with this the Fulbright fellowship. For the doctoral, postdoctoral, and faculty academic and professional excellence, you can see that chemistry is right on the list of fields supported. So it's very appropriate to talk to you all about the opportunities available for you all to get this advanced training in the United States. So for those students who are currently doing their PhD at an Indian institute, they can apply for this fellowship. The deadline to apply is July 17th. Okay. With this, if they're given this fellowship, they can go to the US for anywhere between 6 to 9 months of advanced training and then come back and complete their PhD in India. For those who have just completed their PhD within the last 4 years, they can apply for the postdoctoral fellowship. And with this, they can go to the US anywhere from 8 to 24 months. Okay. And again, these are fully funded fellowships. There's absolutely no expense on your part. For the faculty, those who have, it's been more than 4 years since they've got their PhD, they can apply for the Fulbright Nehru Academic and Professional Excellence Award. With this, they could go from anywhere from 4 months to 9 months at a US university. And one of the more recent awards we've started is the Fulbright Column Climate Fellowships. Here the deadline is July 17th. And here again, we have for the doctoral, postdoctoral, and academic and professional excellence award, different levels. And for all those principles and all that are at this conference, we have a very special award called the Fulbright Nehru International Educator Administrator Seminar. So with this award, the principals and the directors of institutes can go to the US for 2 weeks, meet about 8 to 10 universities, and this helps build those collaborations that the previous speaker was talking about. So this is also available. This is meant only for the very high level principals and directors. So what do the awards give you? You'll get a monthly stipend. The monthly stipend will be dependent on the level of the award you're going. For the doctoral will be lower, then faculty will get the highest amount. You'll also get the health benefits as per the US government guidelines. If there are any allowances and affiliation fees, we'll pay for that as well. We'll also pay for your round trip ticket from wherever you are in India to the US and back. So there's absolutely no expense to avail of this award. Okay? The part that you have to do as a scholar is to put in a very competitive application by the deadline we state. So right now we've just announced the awards this past week. So the deadlines will be anywhere between May and August, depending on the award. Once we receive all the applications, they're read by 2 specialists in that area who will grade the applications. The people with the highest grades are then called for an interview. Once we have the interview, then they're sending the documents to the US. They will arrange, if you do not have it, the host university. And once the host university is finalized, then we can issue the grant documents and we will use the J1 visa for you. So if you apply for the awards now, you go in July, August next year. So it's a long process, but it's an opportunity that's available for all of you. So all the applications that we have is online on our website. You can go to USIEF, it's going to come at the end, usief.org.in, and you'll get all the details on the eligibility criteria and the application form. There are lots of resources that you can use to find out this about this awards and how to help you fill the awards, the best resource would be our website. But you can also attend various sessions that we're doing. So on our website, you'll see information on mentoring sessions, where if somebody is interested in applying for a doctoral fellowship award, we'll have only information on those students, for those students. So they'll get more detailed instructions on how to fill out the applications. You can also go to our website and see a list of the last 3 years of people who've got this award and what their projects were. And this will give you an idea of what is expected. We also ask that you identify with a US university. If you have it, it's not, you don't require a US university to agree to host you. We have a partner in the US who will find this host for you. But if you have interactions and you've interacted with a university, then mention that. So finally, I just want to go over the selection criteria. We want people who are good academic credentials and professional ability, who can complete the project in the time that they stated. Since this is funded by both the Indian and the US government, they want to know what is the merit, what is the impact that it's going to have for both India and the US, the university. So the merit of the Fulbright project is very, very important. They also want to know, does this research need to be done in the US? Can it not be done in India itself? So when you're talking about your research objectives, say that this specific instrumentation is not currently available, freely available in India. That's why I need to do this experiment in the US. So that's what we're looking for. Okay? They're looking at the motivation of the candidate. Does the candidate have the ability to carry out the research in the time frame they've done? And as I mentioned, the Fulbright is about building mutual understanding between the people of the United States and India. So we are also very interested as to whether you will be able to be a cultural ambassador. How will you spread the culture of India to the US when you're at the US university? Will you share the festivals with them, Indian food with them, the Indian dances with them? All those things. We want to know how we are going to share Indian culture with US folks. So those are some points. I just wanted to I know we are all waiting for lunch, but those are some points that I wanted to inform you all that these fellowships are available for you all. We're not seeing enough people from the Marathwada region apply for these awards. And that's why I was very, very happy when Professor Pathan gave me this opportunity to speak to you all. And I should tell you all that chemistry is very close to my heart. I have my PhD in biochemistry from the US, and then I was working for many years in biochemistry. And so I want to see more and more of you all apply for these awards. So that's the website, usief.org.in. And if you have any questions, you can email ip@usief.org.in. I have emailed Professor Pathan the flyer that we've recently shared. And we're also doing a more detailed talk on February 24th. The link is with Professor Pathan. Okay. So if you'll have any questions, I'll be happy to take this opportunity. And I want to thank Professor Pathan for giving me this opportunity to talk to such a diverse audience from so many colleges. It's so much easier to talk at a conference rather than me go to each college and talk separately. So thank you, Professor Pathan. And I wish you all the best. We look forward to receiving some applications from the Marathwada area. Thank you.
If you have any questions, then you can ask a question. So I think just can ask the question in that section. In the first week of March, there will be a so you can answer your question.
And I may add, Professor Pathan, is that a lot of you all have PhD students that you all are research guides for. I would encourage them to apply for these fellowships, bring it to their notice and get them to apply for these fellowships.
So,
Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you.
now we go for the next. They also requested to come aside. Now, as already, I think Lucas is introduced to you, so I request the speaker to deliver his talk. Because I want to do the time. We are for this.
Yes, just wait.
We have to felicitate the chairman by giving the bouquet.
So Gmail पे भेजिए क्या?
Sir,
Gmail पे है?
In progress.
जब सी अच्छा जितने बातें नहीं कर
ये माउस दे दो मी माउस.
लेकिन समझ बैठा
Again, I would like to thank our guiding committee, especially Mr. Kauti Sahab, Mr. Khan Sahab, Ali Patman Sahab, and Patri Ma'am. And this platform, I would like to congratulate Patri Ma'am for having such an excellent and talented son.
Thank you, sir. So,
Both of you.
thank you.
And he's doing a great job. So, I'm giving you this opportunity to present my work. And I will also keep talking about a little bit about the opportunities available in chemistry and the fellowships available for the young students who aspire to go out. First of all, I'm from Jamia India Islamia. Islamia is a central university. And fortunately, in the last NAC accreditation, our institute has got a place in top 5 universities of India. So, and it is because of the good research work being held at the Department of Chemistry as well as other fields of natural science. So, getting the A NAC accreditation, the Faculty of Natural Sciences has really played a significant role or pivotal.
दूसरों को नहीं आता
So, I would like to start my lecture on
क्लिक भी करे तो आ जाएंगे।
how it moves. So, can we Oh. So, is it possible to fix that? Yes. Something will happen to. Okay. This is the building in the Islamia. And I'm also going, my thought is also associated with the interdisciplinary field. Where we're talking about the drug discovery journey. And the drug discovery journey is purely an interdisciplinary. It works at the interface of chemistry and biology, and utilizes expertise in structural biology, computational biology, of course, organic synthesis, and other fields of natural sciences and mathematical science. It is about actually this slide shows the 2013 Nobel Prize in Chemistry, which was awarded to Martin Karplus, Michael Levy, and Warshell for the development of multi-scale models for chemical systems. And these multi-scale models for chemical systems have their utilization in drug design, protein folding, molecular chemistry, etc., etc., almost in all fields of natural science. And in my view, this is the most important thing which has happened to the drug design journey. In drug design journey, actually, the field of drug design is an interdisciplinary field, as we have reiterated in the beginning. So, some complex things may come from here and there. Sometimes, if somebody is not known, if somebody is first time having a lecture on drug design, might have difficulty. But I have tried to focus my lecture to be a student-centric, and therefore I will try my best to explain step by step so that our students and researchers can understand and work on how to take up a particular problem and how to work on it step by step. So we are using actually structure-based drug design. For a structure-based drug design approach, the structure of the target protein is we need to have the target protein structure. The architecture of target protein is important, or biomolecule,
which is going to complex with the inhibitor, and looking at the active site architecture of the complex, which help us to design the molecule, which is going to be a future one. How we are going to obtain the information about the structure? So of course it is X-ray crystallography and high resolution NMR spectroscopy in solution, as well as cryotron microscopy. Cryotron microscopy has also faced Nobel Prize in 2017. How this structure-based drug design approach works? So we need to have the active site architecture of the enzyme. Here, because we have faced a lot during the pandemic, which was caused by the virus. So it is apt to discuss the development of an antiviral agent. Here I am talking about neuraminidase inhibitor. This is the binding pocket of neuraminidase enzyme, which is essential for the development of various viruses. So, and this is the cyanic acid where it binds to the neuraminidase binding pocket. This is neuraminidase enzymes are enzymes that give cyanic acid groups from glycoproteins and are required for influenza virus replication. Neuraminidase and important drug target for the development of antiviral drugs. This is the neuraminidase pocket we need to understand. And we need to look at the architecture, this active site architecture. We also need to look at the residues present at the active site and how these residues are treated towards the substrate. So this is the binding mode. How cyanic acid actually, its actual substrate is interacting with the neuraminidase pocket. You can see that this is one hydrogen bonding, this one is another hydrogen bonding, another hydrogen bonding here, and two more hydrogen bonds here. Finally, the neuraminidase enzyme is associated with cyanic acid with 6 strong hydrogen bonds. 6 strong hydrogen bonds when you look into the Lipinski rule of pi, which is supposed to be the thumb rule for drug design. Just look at the 5 hydrogen bonds. So here we have hydrogen bonds and so that it is good beyond the Lipinski rule of pi. Now, this information regarding the binding pockets helps us to design a molecule called the Lenza, or it is also known as zanamidine. Zanamidine actually, this enzyme is actually sitting more tightly at the active site of the enzyme than the cyanic acid, than its actual substrate. And it is very evident from the number and the nature of the hydrogen bond present here. Here we can see that Lenza is having 7 hydrogen bonds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 hydrogen bonds, and as we know that hydrogen bonds not only depends on the number, but it also depends on its square. That will depend on the charge acquired by the atoms involved in the hydrogen bond donor and acceptor atoms, as well as the distance between the hydrogen bond donor and bond acceptor. So ultimately, looking at the binding pocket and the mode of binding of cyanic acid with the enzyme, this enzyme was developed and it was found that it binds far more tightly at the active site than the cyanic acid. Now, how we do all these fixed computation? Because it is an interdisciplinary field, but time and again we have to mention it because it is the era of collaboration. We need to collaborate because one cannot be master of each and every field. So one has to be expertise on one field, jack of all trades. We have to know something from X, Y, Z field of sciences, as well as we have to be master of one field. Then we can collaborate with one another and do quality research in interdisciplinary. So one of the programs generally which is used in drug design is blocking and scoring. So this is blocking tool, which we use for our preliminary study. What we do is there are plenty of blocking tools available. We focus on Paradox, which was developed by my teacher at IIT Delhi, who is who is the coordinator of supercomputing facility for bioinformatics and computational biology at IIT Delhi, the P. Jayaram. He's a big known, big man in computational biology. So he is using the blocking tool Paradox. It is developed by our Indian scientists at IIT Delhi, and we are also using Autodoc and Schrodinger for disciplinary. So I would request all of you to learn these skills if you want aspire to become a drug design scientist. So just request to learn these basic techniques. It will help you at the later stage. And these softwares are Paradox or Autodoc. These are freely available software, online software, and the advantage of this software is, as we know that, drug design involves quantum mechanical calculations, molecular mechanics calculation, as well as ad initio calculations. To do quantum mechanical calculation, we need very high supercomputing power, which is not available at our laptop or desktop. So what they are doing, we have to go at their website, which is SCF Bio. If you type SCF Bio, you will get Paradox software. And you have to get the protein structure from protein data map, RCSP type, and then you have to construct your molecule from marking sketch or some other tools and energy minimize it, either quantum mechanical method or through semi-quantum mechanical method. So then you can go to the Paradox website and put it there. You run your job at their website. It will go into their server and your supercomputing facility will do job for you. And after some time, they will send it on the result, they will send you at your email address. And therefore, I will encourage many of you who have aspired to become a drug design scientist to look into the software and try to do some calculation. So when we do blocking, as we know that the force field is important. Force field, these are as we know that the polystatic interactions are important in the drug target interaction. Similarly, hydrogen bonding is important. Phobic interactions are other four interactions responsible for the association of ligand with the target. And I came out with my initial work on drug design. It was an interesting work. That's why I am putting it here. I don't know, maybe not that much into it, but it will help you to design your own work. So that way I have actually designed it. So when I was working in the beginning, because all of you are organic chemists or physical chemists or inorganic chemists or analytical chemists, you are aware of the structure of the protein. We were working upon the anti-cancer activity of protein. As we know that CMK4 is an enzyme which has a role in anti-neurodegenerative disease as well as in anti-cancer. So curcumin, as we know, that is beta glucose. Look at this. This is beta glucose. This molecule. But found that as we know that the beta glucose exists in this enol form, because enol form is a stabilized one. There is strong intramolecular hydrogen bond, and all kind of thing responsible for the formation of intramolecular hydrogen bonding is available for the acyclic beta diations, and that is why it is like this. But as we know that beta ketone will exist at lower pH. Once it is subjected to the human body, which has a pH of more than 7, the beta ketone will not exist in this form, but it will exist in anionic form. And in anionic form, the two oxygen groups are not projected same side. They are projected in the opposite direction. This oxygen is upwardly projected, while this oxygen is downwardly projected. And this is the structure. This is CH4 and 9, where we have shown that this is the neutral curcumin at pH 7.4. It exists in this form, and we use the initial calculation Gaussian to obtain this structure. So to achieve minimization process, and later on we came to know that it is binding well at the active site. So these two hydrogen bonds and several other bi-stacking interactions and other hydrogen. And we published in the this is the thing. This is the residue interaction of this anionic curcumin, where this oxygen is projected this side, this oxygen is projected. When these two oxygens were projected same side, when neutral curcumin was subjected to docking, we were not getting optimistic results. When we subjected this anionic curcumin, then these two oxygen atoms they went away from one another, and this oxygen was able to form very strong hydrogen bonds with the valine 121, and this is the leucine 120. It was quite encouraging for us, and this is our journey towards the development of anti-neurodegenerative. My primary field of work is the development of neurodegenerative agents and anti-malarial, which we are working in collaboration with several collaborators that I will mention later. So when we are talking about Alzheimer's disease, which is an important neurodegenerative disease, and as we know that India, which is a developing country, and developing country means increase in life expectancy, and we know that most of the neurodegenerative diseases are age-related problems. Once we cross the age of 50 or 60 years, the number of persons having neurodegenerative disease increases. Therefore, in near future, it is going to be a challenging problem for us, for India. And here the Alzheimer's disease, which is a multifactorial, when we look into Alzheimer's disease, it is a multifactorial disease, and there are several hypotheses to cure it. I will just focus on two hypotheses. One is cholinergic hypothesis. The second hypothesis I will be talking about is the amyloid beta or amyloid. In cholinergic hypothesis, we know that acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter which is responsible for the transmission of message from one place to the receiver. And acetylcholinesterase, this cholinergic hypothesis says that the lower levels of acetylcholine found in AD patients have been related to an increased activity of acetylcholinesterase. As we know that this enzyme acetylcholinesterase, it hydrolyzes the neurotransmitter acetylcholine. What happens in neurodegenerative disease and Alzheimer's disease? with the age, the brain starts losing its neurons. The size of the brain decreases with it shrinks. ये काफी छोटा हो जाता है और इसका छोटा होना यहाँ पे न्यूरोट्रांसमीटर का कम होना बहुत बड़ा कारण है इस डिजीज से। तो यहाँ पे एक इम्पोर्टेंट चीज ये हुआ कि अगर if we come out with something which blocks the enzyme acetylcholinesterase, if it will block the enzyme acetylcholinesterase, it will actually not hydrolyze the neurotransmitter acetylcholine, which is responsible for the task, which is responsible for the message transmission. So this inhibitors blocks the normal breakdown of the neurotransmitter acetylcholine to maintain the level of acetylcholine in Alzheimer's disease. Treatment approach: enhancement of cholinergic function to stabilize cognition by inhibiting acetylcholinesterase. So our first approach is to design a molecule which can inhibit the acetylcholinesterase. And the second approach is the amyloid hypothesis. In amyloid hypothesis, actually, when we talk about the neurodegenerative diseases, all neurodegenerative diseases are related to the misfolding of proteins. It is related to the misfolding of proteins. Now, misfolding of protein means if we can find out some molecule, or we can develop a hypothesis by which molecule could be designed in such a fashion that the presence of the molecules, those design molecules, the molecule, the amyloid beta or some other misfolded protein comes into the fold. Or we can say that this disaggregated proteins can be aggregated. These aggregated proteins can be disaggregated by the action of some molecules. So again, amyloid hypothesis proposes AD is due to extracellular deposition of beta amyloid peptide in brain regions. Protein responsible for origin of beta amyloid is amyloid precursor protein APP. Specific enzymes breaks APP, giving A beta amyloid as a fragment. So it is 20 amino acid fragment, which forms into fibrillar aggregates, which further sum up into extracellular plants. Treatment approach: inhibition of aggregation of beta by molecules that interact with A beta, making deposition unfavorable, or by planar molecules that intercalate between the fibrillar aggregate. Actually, this last slide, we have hypothesized this, although it is a bit simpler hypothesis, but we believe that it is going to work. And why we believe that this hypothesis is going to work, we'll show you in a few slides. Now, the development of the acetylcholinesterase inhibitors. As we know that this is an attractive target for the development of anti-Alzheimer's agents or anti-neurodegenerative. This is the active site of acetylcholinesterase enzyme. As you can see that it is a very long 20 angstrom long narrow Golgi, where it has one active site is this, two site of actions are there. This site is called peripheral enzyme, and this site is called catalytic enzyme. The hydrolysis of the neurotransmitter acetylcholine, this is acetylcholine, is taking place at catalytic enzyme site, which is buried deep inside the catalytic enzyme acetylcholinesterase. And this is the opening of the enzyme just at the mouth of the enzyme, which is peripheral enzymes. Now, to develop a molecule which is long enough, which covers both the points, catalytic anionic site and peripheral anionic site, is a bit challenging. And it was from various studies, it was found that both the catalytic anionic site and peripheral anionic site plays a pivotal role in the enzymatic action. What are those functions? As we have seen, the catalytic site is actually helps in the hydrolysis of the enzyme, hydrolysis of the neurotransmitter acetylcholine. And this peripheral enzymatic site is responsible for entering the acetylcholine. Actually, this acetylcholine, when it is passing through the enzyme, it comes and this site acts as an anchor, and it also acts as a belt. It anchored, the molecule get anchored here, and then it is directed towards this side. It comes from here to here. Which was shown by Gaultier and collaborators through the crystal structure of the compound. Here we can see that this is acetylcholine, very similar to acetylcholine, which is being tracked by tryptophan 279 at the peripheral enzymatic site. And later on, it is moving towards the catalytic enzymatic site. And the tryptophan 94 is associated with the tryptophan 94 to 5-cation interaction. As we know that acetylcholine is a cationic species, and therefore, with the tryptophan 279 at peripheral enzymatic site and tryptophan 84 at catalytic enzymatic site, which is having 5-cation interaction responsible for this. So these two residues were important for us. These two residues, tryptophan 279 and tryptophan 84, were key points for us. Based on these informations, and this is another thing here I would like to mention. This is donepezil. Donepezil is one of the FDA-approved drug for the treatment of Alzheimer's disease. So here we can see that this is donepezil, which is binding to the tryptophan 84 at the peripheral at the catalytic enzymatic site. This is catalytic enzymatic site, and this tryptophan 279 at the peripheral enzymatic site. Based on these informations, we used our docking and scoring protocol using paragraph, followed by molecular dynamic simulations and free energy calculations. We get to know that the compound designed by us is interacting with the peripheral enzymatic site. Peripheral enzymatic site through pi-pi stacking interaction, and catalytic enzymatic site again through pi-pi stacking interaction. By this is here, then we look at this. This part is the triazolopyrimidine, a bicyclic aromatic bicyclic ring, which is interacting with another bicyclic aromatic bicyclic ring of tryptophan, and they are having excellent pi stacking interaction. So these atomic level information help us to design a very good molecule, showing its activity in nanomolar. One more thing. This work was actually done by PhD student, Dr. Jitendra. Now he is assistant professor in Government School. Later on, we extended our hypothesis and again came out with similar results. This kind of results we get. And this work was done by Mudassir Mahmood and Hisham Jamil. Mudassir Mahmood is right now he is postdoctoral fellow at NIH, United States. He is National Institute of Health, United States. Hisham Jamil actually did this postdoctoral fellowship from China, and right now he has gotten temporary appointment at the Central Government. Now, just to show how it is disaggregating the protein, this folded protein. So, as we know that curcumin is the benchmark for us. We know that curcumin is a very good anti-neurodegenerative agent, as well as it's a very good anti-cancer agent. So it has very good disaggregating ability of aggregation proteins. So what happens? This is the aggregation protein, Am I right? Then what we did, was treated with Urdu mean, and we got this kind of for transmission across microscope. Later on, we did same thing. We treated this aggregated protein with our compound. This compound, when it actually when treated with this aggregated protein, our response are very less here as well as here. And this compound is the best compound which we develop. And here we develop the hypothesis. What hypothesis actually we develop? When we are talking about disaggregation of protein, although it is oversimplification, here I want to say it is oversimplification, but we hypothesize that. So when we are talking about aggregation, protein aggregates into the beta helix formation. Beta form, not beta helix. It is beta sheet formation. It is beta sheet. Aggregation means beta sheet formation is taking place. And beta sheet is it's not easy to track the beta sheet. They are very strongly associated with each other. Two polypeptide chains are very strongly associated with each other. If you look at the knife and its substrate model, you will come to know that okay, there are points you require sharper. So what we did, okay, when we are coming out with something, as we know that when we are talking about a planar species, the very thin plane is there. Very thin plane is acting as a knife, very sharp knife, which is getting embedded into the beta sheet, aggregated beta sheet, and this portion is plane, this portion is plane, and this one, then we look at this one. This has as we know that it will adopt a 6-member ring and a puckered structure will be there. So this goes inside, and what we do, first of all, we put something, if something is difficult to crack, or to be insert the knife like this, then we do like this. So similarly, this will insert like that. And this part, which has a puckered structure, will help to unfold the aggregated protein into the disaggregated. So this was our hypothesis, and we are trying to submit this one for DST and DPT grants. And again, this work was done by another PhD student. She is in Ayush, she is working there. So this is again, this was the hypothesis. This hypothesis actually is now, as we know that, when we look at another amino acid proline, so proline is known to be polypeptide disruptor. What it does is, when you have a particular protein structure, it disrupts the protein. What we are doing is, we are trying to incorporate planar structures here, and this is protein disruptor. And this is again, it helps to control the aggregated protein. So we are trying to incorporate these things through our hypothesis. I don't know how it will work or not. And till now, we have used simulation techniques to do it, unearth this mystery theoretically, but we have not succeeded. Although it is simple to say that amyloid beta is a 42 amino acid protein, but it is very difficult to do good simulation of it. This is the crystal structure of the compound, same story. This is now again we know that alpha nucleic is another enzyme, and another visible activity. And best animal model for this is C. elegans. So we have also worked here, and we have got very good. Actually, I don't want to come in between you and your lunch. That is why I'm trying to provide it as soon as possible. So these are some academic level discussions which I am skipping. And this work we did in collaboration with CDR, Dr. Amin Nasir is there, he is a great scientist there. So we did it in collaboration. Now, this work came related to scientific homeopathy, aggregation and disaggregation. And what we do, the important thing about this is that triazole for structure based training. Here we are using some molecules which can act as a probe to identify the involvement of or the presence of Parkinson disease. So this work we did. Again, this work was done by Mudassir Makbul. And I'm just skipping because it doesn't involve those results, but it doesn't involve the journey, how we are going to are taking up a particular problem. We will come there so that you can understand what we could do, how we could. This is by Shoaib Manzoor, I'm a PhD student of mine, and he is at University of Bath. Here, what we did, this example is important. When you look at the structure, it is FDA approved molecule donepacine. What we did, we used this natural molecule. Actually, vaccine is an alkaloid and having credentials in the field of neurodegenerative. We modified actually this is deoxyvaccine. This is vaccine, and we used deoxyvaccine to design some. This is our design signature, and it worked well. And we did all these study in collaboration with T. Supra. Many of you would be aware of it because he is an editor in bioorganic medicinal investigations. This is the professional study we did. He was also very good student. And now the development of anti-malaria. This was journey up to the development of anti-neurodegenerative agents. Now it is the journey associated with the anti-malaria. Here we did our work in collaboration with ICG, International Center for Chemical Engineering and Biotechnology at ICG, and Dr. Pawan Malhotra from there, and Professor Vijaya from there. We did all these things in the leadership of Professor Vijaya, the initiative related to phosphoramine methanols. This is an enzyme phosphoramine methanol transferase, which is an important enzyme. And what we need by designing a molecule, we need our molecule should be active, should work, and should not be harmful. What criteria we are going to adopt if the molecule is not harmful? So it should not interact with the enzymes present in it. So this phosphoramine methyl transferase enzyme is important for the survival of the parasite, but it is not available in it. And therefore, we targeted this enzyme to develop our anti-malaria. Now, one more thing. The mechanism of action is very good. This enzyme is critical for maintaining biogenesis, essential for the normal growth and survival of plasmodium, not found in organism. It is aminocyte. They have independent transferase that recognizes phosphoramine through phosphoramine. This is the reaction where it is catalyzing. Actually, it catalyzes three steps of the particular reaction. Now, what is the mechanism of catalysis? This is important. This I want to. It has histidine 132, then tyrosine 19, and this is 10. Yes, adenosine. What happens is this in the process of catalysis, this histidine molecule is almost 2.2 angstrom away from the tyrosine. What it does is histidine actually deprotonates the tyrosine, and then tyrosine acts on this phosphoethanolamine, and phosphoethanolamine actually deprotonates tyrosine, deprotonates phosphoethanolamine, and phosphoethanolamine finally acts at the sand to pick up methyl molecule. So this is methyl transferase enzyme, it picks up methyl. Therefore, this histidine and this tyrosine need to be in close proximity to behave as a methyl transferase. Now, we design our molecule, this is triazine-based molecules, and we came to know that this triazine molecule is very easy to design and synthesize. And why it is important? If I will get time, I will discuss with you. So, we synthesize this molecule, we got this activity almost 800 nanomolar activity we got for this molecule, and then we look into the molecular dynamic simulation to investigate the mechanism of action of the. Through this molecular dynamic simulation, we came to know that after 200 nanosecond simulation, we came to know that initially in the drop structure, they were at a distance of 2.2 angstrom. Here you can see that this histidine 132 and this tyrosine 19 molecule, they are the oxygen atom, they are almost 7.3 angstrom away from. And if this histidine and tyrosine, they are 7 angstrom away from each other, as we know that it is not a bond. So if they are so much away from each other, they are not going to participate in methyl transfer. And finally, it will inhibit the enzyme and it will block its methyl transfer. So this is the nuclear distance. This is internuclear distance between the residues. Now, this is again using the design of anti-malaria agents, 16 protease inhibitors. Again, she is in the National Institute of Health in the United States. Earlier she was in Korea. She has switched to. Here again, we were able to design and synthesize molecules based on various hypotheses. Here you can see that in the beginning, we came out with something. The IC50 value of this molecule was 3.47. With something. When you look at this, you will come to know that this was our initial sum. The dropping score was 10.1, minus 10.1. I will know that greater the negative value, higher the score. I see it was 7.2. Here, dropping score was minus 9. The IC50 value was 3.4. What do we give you guys? So these are same scaffold, because when you look at it, it is usually carboxylate associated with pyrazine and sulfonamide. But when we switch into this kind of molecule, we were expecting its integrity. We could not get better IC50 value. but we could get better ECP. Later on, this kind of codification was performed here and here. Then docking score was improved significantly, and the activity was also increased threefold. Threefold enhancement of activity took place through this way. Well, this kind of actually, when we do research work in drug design or any other field, we need patience and we need to be a very good observer. So it was a painful journey, and we took almost 3 years to complete this one project. But just this one project fetched her postdoctoral fellowship at National Institute.
Yes.
That is the thing. That kind of conviction we need to have in our lives. So now this is all about could be faster or faster. So I will not talk about the enzyme. I will leave it, and this is morphological changes in the food vacuum of the parasite, which shows that some of the forms are working and superior than the E64, which is the control for this kind of thing. Actually, it was falsified 2 inhibitors. We worked upon falsified 2. I have just skipped those discussions so that we can conclude some more things which is important to discuss. A very important example I wanted to discuss with the students. You know that we have never worked upon the development of anti-cancer. Our focus was to work upon the development of anti-neurodegenerative agents and anti-malaria agents. So again, Kavita, she has just submitted her thesis and waiting for the reports. So that she will tell her thesis. So again, work on a new structure. This was the structure. This is the structure. This is tetrahydrobenzoiazone pyrimidine structure. And then what we did, we keep on changing this. We prepared this one. Then we incorporated this piperazine, and later on we used multi-component reaction, metasis reaction. That is multi-component reaction to incorporate this. So we came to know that in this compound, we prepared series of compounds, maybe around 20, 25, 30 compounds of this series. And the activity was, the best activity was 749. Later on, we modified this part and we reached to at least when you will see the journey from 740 to 55, it is around 14-fold enhancement of activity took place by tinkering with the structure of the body. So this was far more active than the compound we initially prepared. Initially prepared compounds were crystallized, at least we were able to crystallize several compounds like this. One more thing, it is important to be actually the molecule is chiral. If it is chiral, if we are doing, if we are not doing asymmetric synthesis, we will get racemic action. Maybe one of the isomers will be active and one of the isomers will not be active. Well, we have not looked into it because till now we have not succeeded in asymmetric synthesis of these molecules. We are trying, and one day we will succeed. We will succeed and हम होंगे कामयाब वाली बात यहाँ पे भी आई। यहाँ पे जो important journey है, it is not only about 55 nanomolar activity of our compound. Is the plasmodium actually this is against resistant X. The group we have IC50, I think it is a resistant response. The important thing about this journey is we did this study in the beginning. Actually, we did all these studies in collaboration with Philip Rosenthal from the United States and Tobit Bhattacharya from Jawaharlal Nehru. They did our biological activity, we synthesized and we did our computational work, and these people did our biological screening work. The important feature about this was, and this gives you a lesson. The lesson is we just focused on the anti-malarial activity and we published. We published it, as you have seen, we have recently published it in 2013, 2023, in the European Journal of Medicine and Chemistry, a very good journal. But one of the reviewers pointed out that during the cytotoxicity essay, was done on these cell lines. This is actually lung cancer cell line, and this is actually the breast cancer. And surprisingly, the cytotoxicity, this anti-cancer activity showed that the other compounds are far more reactive than doxorubicin, gold standard as a control to develop the anti-cancer. So our compounds were far more active, and we didn't realize in the day. We just got this data as a cytotoxicity. We could not realize. Then I talked to my colleagues at Jawaharlal Nehru University. One is Nilima Mandal and Subbarao Naidu sir and Tobit Bhattacharya to discuss this problem. They told us, okay, now you have published. Now we cannot wait. It will have some difficulty. Now we have to look into it. We have to more dig into it to come out with some new, and then we can go for patent journal. It was a great discovery from our lab, but we could not clear this in the room. And we are repenting why we have disclosed this. There was no need to disclose this data. When you look at this, the activity of AA compound, you will come to know that its activity is 110 nanometer, 110 nanometer against the breast cancer cell. And here you can see that it is just 80 nanometer against the lung cancer. So these compounds were extremely active against the anti-cancer cell line towards lung cancer and breast cancer. So, but we could not publish. Now we are looking into it, how we can change it, because it is like a gold mine, and of course we will work on it, but now the work has become more challenging and difficult for us. Now, this one actually, that's why I have used the word drug repurposing or drug reprocessing. As you know that I don't want to explain all these terminologies, that you know that you are well aware of these things. So please always look into drug repurposing or the molecules you are synthesizing in your lab for other diseases. If an organic chemist is synthesizing a molecule, he or she should not bother about whether it is active against cancer or malaria or some other disease. If it is useful, it's fine. We have to make useful materials. So always look into drug repurposing. And why drug repurposing? If you are looking into drug repurposing, you don't need to take clearance from the authorities, either from FDA or from the Indian authorities, because they have already done all the safety assays are already in the picture, and just get the activity and and use it from the next. So it is always better to look into the repositioning of the molecules. And one more example, we are also working on it. I don't know, although it's a very old fashioned molecule, colchicine. And one group from Canada, they have shown some of the derivatives of colchicine. They are working well against the coronavirus and working as a good antiviral agents against the COVID-19. So this is the company that drug design to obtain potential signatures and antiviral agents and mechanism of action. So this is the work we did in the assignment in collaboration with other groups. These are our collaborators, Professor Tijara, who is an mentor and collaborator, Professor Robert, great person and great scientist, CTB, Praveen Bhattacharya, Anu Mosi, Sharad Gupta ji, and Amity Radhinagar, and the projector from the University of California. And I have not mentioned some other names, but these names are really important and need to be mentioned. And I am very thankful to them for realizing good quality work, because it could not have been possible without these solutions. This was my group. So very beginning, this is Anju Singh, right now in IH. This is Kavita, Sham Jamil, Shoaib Manzoor, Ali Madhav, he is writing his thesis. Professor Mahmood, and she is again in NIH, and since Sada, she is writing his thesis. She is Tarana Umar, she is in Institute of Irish. Now, again, I'm going to thank you for listening patiently. I know my lectures are not fluent. I kept it subtle. I was not believing in very fluent kind of lecture, because I thought it would be for the students, and then I would go slow and discuss things step by step. It would be a learning experience for us.
Yes.
Now I am. Thank you for hearing me. And emerging fields in chemistry, so I was told to give some information about what are the emerging fields of chemistry. So of course, the latest field of chemistry is hydrogen fuel, hydrogen energy. That is the greatest field. I have not talked about it, but so just you look at this. Why I study chemistry? I just followed it from the University of Wisconsin's webpage. Chemistry is an incredibly fascinating field of study, because it is so fundamental to our world. Chemistry plays a role in everybody's life and touches almost every aspect of our existence in some way. Chemistry is essential for meeting our basic needs of food, clothing, shelter, health, energy, and clean water and soil. Chemical technologies in which our quality of life in numerous ways by providing new solutions to problems in health, materials, and energy. Thus, studying chemistry is useful in preparing us for real. Then here this thing now we know. And what's chemistry everyone done for us. So ये फिर antibiotics की बात है, vaccines की बात है, फिर आपको anesthetics है, fuels है, plastics है, etc. Water treatment है, and emerging field of chemistry. This is nature chemistry paper. Please look into it. If you want a new field of chemistry where you want to work, which has a future, please look into it. This is nature chemistry paper from 2023. So, blockchain technology is there. Semi-synthetic life, super bleaching, etc. You please look into this. This is important for you. And leading research areas in chemistry, physical, analytical, I will not discuss about all these things. Organic, and biochemistry, organic, and just little, organic chemistry and bio. So, leading research area, one of the leading research areas is this organic catalysis, and it has faced 21 Nobel Prizes to Benjamin Lee's and Martin. You all know about their contribution. Macmillan actually is from Princeton and Benjamin Lee's is for plants. What Benjamin Lee's did is he used this. This is nothing but simple aldol reaction. Once we do aldol reaction, in aldol reaction or addition reaction, it generates a catalyst. So this was not catalyzed by a metal catalyst, but an organic catalyst. And cheap, available organic catalyst was catalyzed by this catalyst. And this is Macmillan's work, who used secondary carbonyls to perform these carbonyls. So these fields are very good fields. Asymmetric synthesis is a very good field. Here I would like to mention, this is the work of Benjamin Lee. Here I would like to mention one thing. Okay, when we talk about synthesis, we always think about, okay, it is organic. No, the statement is now now it doesn't have relevance. The relevance is synthesis is important. It is evergreen. It was in the beginning of the chemistry. It will remain at the end of the day. जब तक दुनिया रहेगी chemistry synthesis रहेगा. लेकिन organic synthesis का नाम नहीं. Synthesis of materials, organic, inorganic, etc., etc. So synthesis of materials is going to stay, and of course, organic synthesis is important from therapeutics point of view, from pesticides, insecticides synthesis point of view, pheromone synthesis point of view. My boss at IACT actually worked about chemistry for developing pheromone technology. Then another field of chemistry is bioorthogonal chemistry. Bioorthogonal chemistry is also extremely important, and it utilizes simple reactions like click chemistry. And of course, this is 2022 Nobel Prize in chemistry, and the Royal Society actually dedicated one book to this, and our work is also incorporated in their list of articles which they have published, dedicated to this Nobel Prize. So this is actually Caroline Bagnosi. He is working on bioorthogonal chemistry, and everybody knows Startless in chemistry. Very Startless. So he did actually asymmetric epoxidation reaction, then symmetric dihydroxylation reaction, then asymmetric amino hydroxylation reaction. And one of my colleagues, senior colleague from IACT Hyderabad, Dr. Lakshma Reddy, actually he developed in Startless lab the method of asymmetric amino hydroxylation. And we were actually at IACT Hyderabad in collaboration with the present DST Secretary Professor S. Chandrasekhar. We are working upon development of antivariant and a sphingolipid by utilizing this amino hydroxylation. Way back in 1995-96, but I could not complete that PhD there because I got a permanent assignment as a faculty at then I moved. So now, when we are talking about bioorthogonal chemistry, we are utilizing, fortunately, before they got the Nobel Prize, we have started our work on And I'm just going to explain it. Okay, what is bioorthogonal chemistry? Bioorthogonal chemistry represents a class of high yielding chemical reactions that proceeds rapidly and selectively in analytical environments without side reactions towards endogenous functions. As per say, click chemistry is the best example of bioorthogonal. And how we are utilizing this click chemistry for target identification in our anti-malarial drug development. Actually, we told you that we are working in collaboration with ICGEP, Professor Dr. Aman Malhotra. So we got some compound. I am not disclosing the structure because it is an unpublished. We got some compound which is showing very good activity, but it is not active as we expected from our previous. It is acting different. Now, to look into the mechanism of the action of the body, we are using this bioorthogonal. How we are utilizing? You can see this is our compound. What we are doing, we are tagging an alkyne group. We are tagging an just it is. I'm just going to finish off with the two. So this what we did. We tag alkyne group into it. And now, what we will do, we will interact these molecules. This alkyne tag molecule will be treated with the cell parasites, and it will bind to its active site. It will bind here. Now, we will use acyl group, which is the magnetic group, and this acyl group will go and do click reaction with this at the active. It will do click reaction, and now we will pull the bead outside. Once we will pull the bead outside, we will come to know about the journey and path of the molecule, as well as we will come to know about the target protein which is responsible. So this is the thing, and finally, this is biotin based, and nature product is another field where you need to work. I will not go into the details. These are you should be, and pharmaceutical and bio industry. I have just mentioned few of them. Dr. Reddy's Biocon, Vivian Pharma, Vivian Labs, Syngene. These are API related industry. Then specialty chemical related industries, Pidilite, Asian Paints, Atul, PR industries, SRF, etc., etc. And we are surrounded by several research institutes as well as chemical industries. And within research institutes in Europe, in Germany, and in America, these are tools. You can go through it. I have given the PowerPoint to answer, and if you want, you can follow. These are the institutes where you can pursue your postdoctoral endeavor. And one thing is important for postdoctoral chemists. When you are interested in some lab, so where you need to focus, you need to focus steps required before the application for the PhD. First, search the supervisor, search area in which you are interested. Check the research publications where they publish the paper. The most important point is to try to get information about the particular lab, one culture before applying for it. These are extremely important. मैं इसलिए कह रहा हूं कि मैंने कई लोगों को देखा, they have applied, let's say, one of my students, he got selected in IC, but he could not get a group. All the time the guy was exploding to this. He left that lab and went to Germany. After 3 years, he left his PhD and went to Germany. Therefore, a proper resonance is very much required between the aspirations of the student and the institute where he is going to pursue his higher studies, as well as his aspirations and the aspiration of his student. These things are important and they must resonate. then you need to work on. Now, when you're ready to apply for the PhD application, next video cover letter, motivation letter of the statement of purpose in which is called SOP research assistant. Here, research assistant. Here, last page here. Thank you. Thanks a lot for the information.